In this video, I'm going to show you how you can configure hello and also hold interval in EIGRP with two methods in EIGRP classic configuration and also in EIGRP named configuration. Let me to show you the steps that we need in this scenario. As you can see here, we have multiple steps. Step 1, draw the topology in EIGRP. I did it. Step 2, interface IP address assignment and no shutdown command in router 1, router 2, and router 3. I did it. And also configure EIGRP classic with classic mode in router 1 and router 2. I did it. And finally, step 4, configure named EIGRP in R3. And I did it. Actually, the configuration of EIGRP now is actually finished, and now we are talking about the configuration of hello and hold interval in the router 1, in router 2, and router 3. You know that the default values of the hello and hold interval is 5 and 15 respectively in EIGRP. Let me to show you. You can easily verify these values. For example, in the router 1, you can use show interface, then or show IP EIGRP interface detail, for example serial 10. As you can see, the hello interval is 5 seconds and hold time is 15 seconds. Let me to change them here. As you can see, in step 5, we should configure hello and hold interval as 1 and 3 respectively in router 1 and router 2. Actually, we are reducing the hello and hold interval, hold time, or hello interval, hold interval. Let me to show you the configuration. This is the router 1 configure terminal. The command is so easy. Because here we configured EIGRP in the with classic mode, we should configure the hello and hold interval in interface serial 10. The command is IP hello interval for EIGRP1 is, for example, 1, and IP hold time for EIGRP1 is 3. That's it. Show interface or show IP EIGRP interface detail serial 10 now can show us the hello interval is 1 second and hold time is 3 seconds. In router 2, for the serial 10 for this interface, I want to configure it interface serial 10. IP hello interval for EIGRP1 is 1 second, and IP hold time actually for EIGRP1 is, you can configure any value between 1 to 65,535, for example 3 seconds. Now here show IP EIGRP neighbors can show us that the hold time decreased to 3, 3, 2, 1, again 3, 2, 1. Look at here, because we should run the command more fast. Here maybe you see only 2 and 1, 2, 1, okay, but actually this is 3, 2, 1. All right. Don't forget, in EIGRP, as I explained in the course, we don't need to configure the hello and hold intervals with same values and between two routers. You can configure different values, okay? But you should ensure that the hello interval of the router 1 is lower than the hold value that you configure in the R1, that R1 should send it to the router 2. Then, in the step 6, now I want to configure different hello and hold interval in router 2 and router 3, 4 and 12. Let me to configure first in the router 2. In the router 2, we should go to the serial 11 and then IP hello interval EIGRP1 is 4, and IP hold time actually in EIGRP1 is 12. Okay, and after that, in the router 3, you know that in router 3 I configured EIGRP with the named mode. Because of that, we should go to the router EIGRP lab. This is the name of our EIGRP process, and then address family IPv4 unicast AS1. Here under the AF interface serial 10, like authentication, you can configure hello interval, and then, for example, 4 hold time, for example 12. That's it. Okay, you don't need to configure other features. Let me to show you. Show EIGRP IPv4 unicast IPv4 first. Show EIGRP address family IPv4, then interface, for example detail, and then serial 10 can show us that the hello interval is 4 and hold time is 12. Also in the router 2, you can use each command you want. For example, show IP EIGRP interface detail serial 11, 4 and 12, but serial 10, as you can see, 1 and 3. Also here you can use show EIGRP address family IPv4 unicast or IPv4 interface detail, then serial 10 and also serial 11. Don't forget, it is not important you configure with which method with which method the EIGRP. You can use each of these two methods for monitoring. Show EIGRP as family IPv4 interface or show IP EIGRP interface detail. Alright, now we know how we can configure the hello and hold, hello interval, hold time, or hello and hold interval in the EIGRP with classic mode configuration and also named mode configuration.